grown potatoes, and water from the Snake River Aquifer. We start with the best agriculture to make a superior product. It is rapidly growing as a bartender's choice drink. Go to ZodiacSpirits.com to find your cocktail. Remember, must be 21 years or older. Drink responsibly. ZodiacSpirits.com.
Welcome to the 2-Minute Warning, a sports talk platform that will examine current issues in the world of sports, the athletes, and the communities they impact. With your host, former NFL star Benny Blades. Benny will be speaking with both current and former athletes, asking the questions about the lessons they've learned on their journey and how they impact the community. Call into the show now at 888-565-1470. Mr. Blades, are you ready?
Good evening. I'm your host, Benny Blades. Welcome to another wonderful show of 2-Minute Warning with myself. I'm waiting for my callers to get on the line, but while we're waiting for Jaleel and Marquise Drayton to come on, there's a few housekeeping things I have to do. I want to, first of all, thank the Nathanson Brothers, Wines for Humanity, and all of my sponsors for helping me with tonight's show. But before we get into talking to my guest, I want to go over the Rooney Rule that just came out this week in the NFL. We all think that in 2020, with the influx of coaches that coach in the National Football League, we would think that there would be a premium of black head coaches that get a chance to coach at that level. I keep trying to tell because, me and Tony Sands was talking today at the park. It is amazing how we have to enact a rule for young African American men to get a chance to coach in the National Football League. I've had a chance to play 10 wonderful years, and I didn't even see very many African American coaches in the National Football League, even though the league was almost 80.
Benny, your caller is on the line.
Okay, even though the league was 87% African American, and it just shocked me today when they had to enact that rule to say that they have to, before they go any further, they have to at least interview. And they say they have to give them a job. They say they have to interview an African American candidate. And it's just like, we've been talking, and that's why I'm glad I'm having my caller, Jawil Davis, on the line. People think the National Football League is one of those leagues that has no hiccups in it. And I tell people all the time, there's a lot of flaws that go on. I mean, it starts from the top. I'm not a huge fan of some of the rules that gets handed down in New York. We'll talk about the COVID situation in a few minutes. But right now, I want to get on the phone. Good afternoon, good evening. How you doing, Jawil?
How you doing, Mr. Blaze? I'm doing good.
I'm doing wonderful, Jawil. You guys are making me feel old. I know you and Marquise. You guys are you're young people, and I like to call you. But I've watched some of your career at Bethune-Cookman because you played there with I call him my son Marquise, and
Right.
I've been knowing Marquise for a long time, and you had some very impressive numbers while you were at Bethune-Cookman, and I Can you just
Yes, sir.
share with our viewers? See, people just think you whether you go to a small school or large school, it doesn't matter. You can have impressive numbers. You happen to be a free agent that got
Yes,
that
sir.
chance to go and get signed with the New York Giants, right? Or the Green Bay Packers
Yes,
first.
sir. Yes, sir. New York
Which
Giants.
one you went to the Giants first, right?
Yes, sir. I went to
Now,
the Giants first.
yes, how was that experience going to the Giants after leaving Bethune Cookman?
It was awesome. It was a life changing experience. I got to see the professional side of the game. College. Basically you playing for you playing joyful and having fun and trying to get to that point. But just to get there and experience everything, it was life changing, and it showed me the way of the business of the game of football.
And see, that's the thing you just spoke of, the business side of it. I tell people all the time. I mean, you went on and you went to Green Bay, and then you went to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And so you saw different aspects of how the business is run from the National Football League. And how was that different when you went up to the Canadian Football League?
It's a it's a lot different. The atmosphere, the money put into it is a whole different. The NFL is the big dog where everybody's trying to go. CFL league is awesome. The field is bigger. The gameplay is slightly different. They have motions before the ball is snapped. So it's kind of unique in a way, Canada ball CFL, but the NFL is where everybody want to go, and the money and the business and everything that's put into it. So it has their differences in both.
Well, I don't want young kids like yourself. 'Cause I mean, I still consider you a young man. Don't give up on that dream, because I tell people all the time, just because you can't play in that National Football League, that's that not for long league. If you can get three,
Right.
4 years in that NFL, that's a good thing. But only
Mhm.
maybe 8% of Americans get a chance to play 4 or more years in that National Football
Right.
League. Like I'm gonna tell you, like I tell Marquise, if you when this COVID thing is over with, if you have a chance, to play in the Canadian Football
Mhm.
League, you go up there and you make the best of your opportunities. I mean, you could play 15, 16 years in the Canadian Football League and you still have a very good payday. You ain't out here
Right.
working
Yes,
nine to
sir.
five now. Don't
Yes, sir.
you know, I that those things. I try to tell people, the Canadian Football League is an up and coming league. It's been around, probably just as long as the National Football League. So don't you get frustrated, young man. Now just tell me what you're doing during this COVID situation. Are you still working out, getting yourself prepared?
Yes, sir. Still training, still working out. Going over my playbook because I'm on signed to the Toronto Argonauts a couple months ago. So just going over the plays, jotting them down, getting familiar with those, and training. Still training, staying in shape.
Well, good. I want to make sure that you stay in shape now, because I'm be watching those Toronto Argonauts to make sure that I see Jawill Davis. I want you to
Mm.
go up there and play a long time, young man, because this COVID thing, I mean, it could be over with in 2 months, and that means you're pressed into service. How long is
Right.
your year up in Canadian Football League? Because I ain't too familiar with that.
I
I'm not
signed
gonna lie to you.
I signed a
But
3 year deal.
okay, you signed a 3 year
Yes, sir.
deal. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you guys, your games, well, your season itself goes from what month to what month?
Actually, the season supposed to start next month, so it goes from June to I believe mid November.
Okay.
So it goes from June to November. But the COVID and everything, so it pushed on everything back. So everything might be compressed.
Okay. Yes, but you are still here in South Florida. You're not up in Canada training, are you?
No, sir. I'm down here in Miami.
Okay, okay. For all my listeners, see, this is a respectful young man. You know, I try to get all the kids at the park and whoever I talk to, you know, everything is yes sir, no sir. We've forgotten that in today's society. That I tell people I've paid my dues, and I thank you kindly, Jawil, for coming on and chatting with me. Is
No
there
problem.
anything that I can do to help you? Because our show today is about free agency. Everybody thinks that they're going to play in that National Football League for a long time, but you're a shining example of
Right.
what it is to go make the best of the situation you're in. And I wish you much, much, much success with the Toronto Argonauts. Okay, and thank you for
Thank you.
coming
Thank
on.
you very much, Mr. Blade. Thank you. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. And like I was talking to Will, the NFL has just come out also with a COVID protocol. The doctors, the staff, secretaries, of course, the presidents, and all those people, they can go back into the facilities. This COVID thing has really hampered the NFL and Major League Baseball and Major and National League Basketball, but the NFL is different. I tell people it's different than any beast that I have come across. I work for the school system and for a government agency, but this National Football League is they're gonna make sure that my words, people. They're gonna make sure there's gonna be games on Sunday. They don't put out a schedule just because they want to put out a schedule. Those games are gonna be played whether there's 1/3 of the people in the stands. It's not gonna be 100% of people in the stands, but anytime you control a day that God has made on a Sunday, then you kind of pretty much set your own rules about how this thing is going to go. And so I tell people all the time, the National Football League is one big wheel on a tricycle. You know how to have that one big wheel in the front and the two wheels in the back, and they're going to make sure that this game is going to be played. And we'll come back and we'll talk to Marquise Drayton right after commercial break.
Hello, I'm Michael Nathanson with the Nathanson Brothers Real Estate Team.
And I'm your mortgage man, Dan Nathanson, with People's Home Equity Mortgage. And together we have over 30 years combined experience serving the South Florida market. And our team, systems, and service can help make the home buying and selling process quick, easy, profitable, and fun, all in a genuinely caring environment.
Yes, we are here to help. So, if you want to avoid the 3 deadly mistakes during the home buying and selling process, you need to call us today.
And if you have a mortgage interest rate right now above 4%, give me a call because this is a great opportunity to bring that rate down.
Yes, so again, we are here to help. To call Dan about a mortgage, call at 561-948-1591.
And if you'd like to get some help real estate-wise, call my brother Michael at 561-948-1592.
Yes, so we want to help you, your friends, your
and your
family
family
members, and coworkers
be sold by the bros.
His abilities as a dry cleaner are so undeniable, Dry Clean Only tags have his phone number printed on the back. Stubborn stains sometimes call him late at night just to apologize. His pickup and delivery service is so fast, his vans have pit crews. He is the most interesting dry cleaner in the world.
You don't always dry clean, but when you do, use A&T Dry Cleaners. Stay dirty, my friends.
Welcome back to the studios of the 2 Minute Warning with your host, Benny Blades. Mr. Blades, are you ready?
Yep, I am ready. I'm back. This is your boy Billy Blaze. I'm back. I'm ready to talk. I'm talking to a good friend. I call him my son, Marquise Book Drayton. Oh my gosh, are you on the line, Marquise?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing just wonderful. How you surviving, my brother?
Nothing wrong with that.
You
Nothing wrong with
surviving?
that.
You good?
Yes,
Everything
sir.
good with you?
Yes,
Huh?
I'm blessed. Yes, yes. How you
Okay.
feel? I'm blessed.
Yeah. You look. Marquise is truly blessed. I had the pleasure of having Marquise his eighth grade year in school and his ninth grade year in school. Okay,
Yep.
and we run across young men and we tell young men, you can make it, you can make it, you can make it. Now, when that particular school shut down, we sent Marquise over to a neighboring high school. And I told him, I said, look, this kid has a chance to go as far as he wants to go. He just needs a little bit of nudging. Okay? Now, when Marquise got to Bethune Cookman University, tell me the story about when you got to Bethune Cookman University. How was it up there, Marquise?
I know. It's. I mean, it's very. I loved it. You know, being in the HBCU. I ain't gonna lie. When I first went up there, I cried because I was thinking about big school, which I had the offers, but they saw I was missing a half a credit, and I ain't really too much know about like JUCO and stuff. So after I cried and I sat down and prayed, you know, that was a blessing to go there. So it turned out to be fantastic. I enjoyed it, and I learned a lot from being up there and got a couple of championships up there and made history up there too.
Yeah, but it's one thing that you got while you were up there, Marquise. You
So I
graduated.
got 2 degrees. I got
There,
two
there you
degrees and
go.
4 years with it. Yes, sir.
And, and that's what it's all about. I tell people, and I used to talk to you all the time when you're in high school. It ain't not about the National Football League. I want you to go there and you become a successful what? Young man. You have a lot
Yes,
more
sir.
life to
Yes,
live
sir.
outside the game of sports than you do while you're playing the game, right?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
so
sir. You're right.
after you left there and you got that try for the Raiders, how was that
Yes,
experience?
sir. I loved it. It felt so unreal, but I loved it. It was a blessing. It was
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
blessing.
It was a blessing, but when you got released from the Raiders, and I saw you when you came back home, and what did I tell you? Don't get dejected now. There's 31 other teams out there. Shop your film around. Make sure your agent, 'cause people tell them how hard it is for people. People think, well, everybody's going to make a 53-man roster or get a chance to play on the practice squad. Tell them how tough that is, Marquise.
I'm not gonna lie. It's very, very tough. It's very tough. Sometimes you can be the best player out there, but if you don't fit their system, it doesn't matter. It's very hard. It's very hard. When they say 1%, they mean 1%. So
Okay.
it's very
And
hard.
that's the thing. Because, I mean, when you came out to the park and I was sitting there talking to you,
Yes.
Marquise, let me tell the people, Marquise had a chance, and he did. He went over to the European League. Tell the people how I talked to you and what did I tell you about coming back from the European League. Tell the whole story.
We was talking at Sunland, and we was talking and stuff. Basically, you were telling me keep working, don't get discouraged. You say use your degree because I love to work with kids. You told me when I'm ready, you can get me a job working with kids. And so, far as with the European League, it was different types of level of football, but it felt good to travel and stuff like that. So, as I got back, he talked to me, asked me how was it, and he like, I told you you're gonna like it. Football can be played everywhere. It's just up to you to go get it, basically. It can be played. It's not about the NFL. There's other leagues out there that you could play in. So take an opportunity on every league that you get in, because you never know when you get that calling to go back.
That's right. And right now, what league you're gonna still try to go back to Europe? You're gonna try to go to Canadian Football League? What are your goals and aspirations right now? What is Marquise when this whole COVID thing is over with? What is Marquise gonna do? You know, because I'm already proud of you for your 2 degrees. What are you gonna do?
Basically, I signed a contract to go play for the American Arena League. Arena football is actually down here in South Florida, where I'm located now. It's down here. I was just waiting for them to uplift for us to play our first game, which they canceled. Well, they postponed March 28th because we supposed to play in New Jersey. So I'm going to further my career and play arena football. And as far as Europe, they canceled the whole season out. So that's a no-go. They canceled it. They canceled it until next year.
And see, this is a young man I'm greatly proud of, because he's not allowing the fact that he's not playing in the National Football League discourage him from still wanting to play the game. You know, I tell him, anytime you're younger than the age of 30 and you still have that dream of playing, there's so many opportunities out there for young men, whether it be in Europe, arena football, the Canadian Football League. You know, right now, the Extreme League, I don't know if that's going to come back, but, you know, Jim McMahon's league, that's a wonderful league for young up and coming young men that want to get into the National Football League. I don't want anybody to be discouraged about trying to fulfill their dreams of the National Football League. Because what I used to tell you, Marquise, all the time, there's not going to be very many Benny Blades. Marquise honored me was it your second year at Bethune-Cookman when you wore that number 36, boy?
I ain't gonna. I wore it my freshman year and my sophomore year.
Yes, sir.
My freshman and my sophomore year.
Hey, I used to tell Marquise all the time, it takes a special brother to wear number 36. Because look, that's a number nobody don't want to wear. Because you're not a running back. And so 36, who wears that? So I thank you, humbly and emotionally thank you for, honoring me for wearing that. Because look, you're gonna fulfill a dream that I told you, because even if you don't be a success in football, I got a job waiting for you, my brother. Come and see me. I'm gonna make sure, because those 2 degrees, we're gonna put those to work, because there's more to life for Marquise Drayton than playing with a football. All right, my brother?
Yeah, before I get out, I just want to say I appreciate you and Uncle Brian and Hart and you, Tim, my cousin Tim Dre, and Paul Caesar McGardy. I appreciate all y'all for standing on top of me, especially you and Paul, and believing me, and Brian too for believing in me and standing and communicating with me, and y'all still doing. I love y'all. Y'all like my dads that I never had, and I appreciate y'all for being in my life. That means a lot to me.
Well, I thank you very much, Marquise. I tell people all the time, I do things for young men like yourselves that want to go out and be a success. It is my honor and it's my pleasure to serve the young men here in South Florida, because that's what I tell people. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to be a service to my community, and I appreciate you. Like I say, anything that I can do to help you, please come by the park and see me. You have my number, and my brother, love you with all my heart.
Love you too.
Thank you.
Have a blessed day.
Okay. And I want to thank once again Jawil Davis and Marquise Drayton for coming on live with me today. I'm your host, Benny Blades, and I thank you, and I'm ever grateful that not only have I been blessed to be a National Football League player, but I've been blessed to have young men like these two come in my presence so I can mentor them and show them that you don't have to be a number one draft pick like myself. You could be a free agent and you still could be a model citizen in today's society. This is Benny Blades, and I'm going to get off my soapbox for today. And I thank you, Wines for Humanity, for blessing the show today and being my sponsor. And I thank you. Until next week, see you.
Anton Steinhardt, founder of Wines for Humanity, is proud to team with Black Shiraz partner and former NFL star Benny Blades to assist in his Benny Blades 36 Foundation in helping children with special needs. Go to winesforhumanity.com, look for the 20% off wine specials, make your selection, and use the code BB36F20. Please join the team through winesforhumanity.com or call Dana Lisa Torres at 561-445-7066. Thank you.
You've been listening to the 2-Minute Warning with Benny Blades. We hope you enjoyed this week's show. Tune in again next week for our next episode. You can follow the 2-Minute Warning on Benny Blades' Facebook page and share it with your friends. Mr. Blades, get ready.